Hi! Alright, so what I'm going to be doing today is kind of sharing. I have cystic acne and I've been asked how I cover it, and I just thought I would share. So, kind of with what cystic acne mine looks like, and today is a very good day. It's very deep acne. Sometimes it doesn't even form a whitehead, it is just a huge red blemish, kind of feels like a ball underneath your skin. Other times it looks like a bruise and it's actually just like a blood pocket underneath your skin. It's quite painful and it seems to spread and it doesn't want to go away. Mine kind of goes up into my hairline, as you can see. It's just never ending. I did see my dermatologist and I am on a topical cream and I do take a pill. It's not working quite the way we wanted, so hopefully here in the next couple weeks when I see him we'll be able to switch to something else. Yeah, so the look that I'm going to be doing today focuses mainly on using just drugstore products, things you can get at Walgreens and Walmart, which is where I got most of my products that I'm going to be using today. I'm not quite sure what the prices are on most of it. Some of it I do remember, but I'm pretty sure that if you like the look, you can probably still find them now because they are purchases made within the last year. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you have a clean face and clean hands. If you use your hands to apply your makeup, if your hands are dirty, you're going to be transferring the dirt to your makeup, which you're going to be putting on your face, which isn't helpful. It's just going to be putting dirt from your hands onto your face. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use L'Oreal's True Match in Porcelain Warm W1, and I use this because I do have a red skin tone, and this kind of just corrects it almost. It's not a very heavy coverage. I wouldn't just put this on my face and expect my acne to vanish. It doesn't work like that. So the first thing I do is I make sure that I shake it up and mix everything in here. Otherwise, sometimes when you pour it out, you might notice there's kind of different colors, and that's because it's starting to separate. So I do put it on the back of my hand, clean hand, and I just use a very small amount. And I'm actually going to be using my new brush. It's by e.l.f. and it is a stippling brush. It's very small. I would kind of compare it to a smaller kabuki brush maybe. And I've never used it before. I just actually opened it and it goes on kind of soft. It seems to take the product kind of far. And when I'm putting it on, I'm going to make sure that I am blending it down my neck as well. I'm not going to carry the full amount of product down my neck. I want a gradual makeup to no makeup. That way it doesn't look like I have two different colors. By taking it gradual, it's going to help blend it a lot better. And I don't know that I actually like this brush. Kinda. I don't like putting foundation on my eyelids, but I do put it underneath my eye. And I just think that it looks better. So I just put a little bit more on my hand, and I just pat it in. And I just pat it in and kind of do small little circles, one direction, and then the opposite direction. Be very careful around your eyebrows because you don't want cakey eyebrows. Now, my eyebrows, I am growing them out. I'm in the process of, growing them out. So I'm just going to take my sponge and whatever is left and just kind of spot pat over areas, as well as moving any heavily saturated areas on my skin, trying to move that away or at least soak it up into the sponge. So the next thing I'm going to use is actually the Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline. And what it looks like, it just comes off and then you twist and it pulls product up in here. And then I just kind of dab it. I don't even use it just under my eyes. I just put it on heavy, where there's a lot of acne, and I just feel like that brings up some of the coverage, and I'm going to pat it out with my sponge. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that everything looks, there's no streaks. And I'm just kind of, with my clean hands, going to kind of blend out anything that I see. And then I'm going to blend it up into my hairline because I don't like kinky hair. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use a Mineral Rush, and it's by Jessie's Girl. And it came with its own brush. This set was found at Rite Aid, and it was $11 for the mineral powder and for the brush, which do come together. It just comes out like this, little powder, and I just put a little bit into my lid, tap it, and then tap it back out, making any loose product fall back in. And then I'm actually just going to tap it on. Because it is darker than my face. And then I'm going to buff it out. Let the silly faces commence. And then I like taking the brush and kind of concentrating it so that I can pat it where I want it and then blend it out. I like this stuff because it gives me a more natural skin tone without making me look orange, or actually it doesn't even make me look powdery. I'm going to take the excess and I'm going to just put it back. Okay, so the palette I'm going to be using today, I actually use this one quite often, I like it a lot, is the Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshells. And I got this one along with Don't Steal My Thunder, which is a black, gray, and white palette, and Sweet as Candy, which is kind of like the Walking on Eggshells that I'm using. And I got these, it was buy two get one free at Walgreens, and I believe they were, I think they were like $3 each. And then it's really cool because on the back gives you instructions if you're kind of a learner and you don't know what you're, you're just learning, don't know what you're doing. So that was pretty awesome. So I'm going to take comes with a little brush. And I take this first one here, and they're marked eyelid crease and brow line. So I'm just going to take the eyelid color, and I really like this because it's a soft, it's not matte, it is slightly metallic, but it's more of a natural skin color with a slight shimmer to it. It's not glitter. It's just soft, and it reminds me of pearls almost. So what I do is I just put it on my eyelid first. My crease is about here, so I take it a little above my crease, and then I'm going to take it under, just get the excess off, and I'm going to take it under my eye. I'm going to go to the next eye. This is going to be probably a long video. Still learning how to condense, talk fast, do fast. So next thing I'm going to take is I'm going to use my brush. I don't really remember where I got it. It just kind of showed up somewhere. Take the brush into the crease. Just get a little bit of that. And I just like to pat it all right. Concentrate it into the corner. And then I'm going to do little small strokes so that it's a gradual fade. And then I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to stop about halfway. And then stop about 3/4 of the way. So it's kind of wispy. I'm going to go into the next eye. And my left eye always seems to look a little different than my right eye. But I try. And then I'm going to bring it up. And then out. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use, this did not come from the drugstore. I actually got this along with some brushes from my aunt for Christmas one year, which was pretty awesome. I couldn't afford it otherwise. My Too Faced Romantic Eye Palette, and it just opens like this. It's really cool. It has some instruction cards that tells you how to use the different palettes and create the look that you want. They're really cool. One side's English, one side's French. So then I'm just going to take this darker brown color in the Fashion line, and it's called Ever After. And I'm just going to use my blending brush, and this is the Too Faced that I got, the Crease and Blender. I'm just going to lightly dab it in there. And I just like a more dramatic look without going over the top. So what this is going to do, this is going to, while it's going to put the darker color into the crease, it's also, if you do it in small circles, it's a blender. So it's going to blend those colors together, and it's going to blend them out so you don't get that harsh line. Again, a little bit of color in here. Dab it on. And then circles. So it just takes me a little bit to match them, just because angle is kind of awkward. Okay, so we've got okay. So now what I'm going to do is I will, let's see, I'm going to move on to my eyeliner. So I use two different kinds of eyeliner. I use this Rimmel liquid eyeliner, and it has the sponge tip, which I prefer a lot more than like a bristle. I think I have better control with this, and even though with a like a brush liner, sometimes it can be a lot thinner and it can be easier to get a thin line. I think I have, it's a lot easier for me with a brush to actually get it into my eye, which I do quite often. The other one that I use is Maybelline Eye Studio, and it is a gel liner, and just opens up like this. Excuse my nails. And so with this, what I use the gel liner for is sometimes I'll use it all the way across my eye, but in this case I'm just going to use it in the inner corner of my eye because I tend not to get this into my eye, so I don't really have that bleeding, and I don't have to worry about messing up my makeup, washing it off, starting all over. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift a little bit, and I'm just going to do it until the heaviness of my lashes start. And then I'm going to do it to the next eye. Like I said, funny faces. I'm not really sure how much I like this brand of gel liner. I always wipe off the excess on toilet paper. I kind of want to try a different brand, so if you guys have any brands that you like, that you think I should try, please let me know in the comments section. So this is kind of what we got. Crazy. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to now go back in with my liquid liner, and I'm going to go from the out in, and kind of what I do is I will take a small amount and I kind of dab it on and slowly drag, and that just gives me just better control, and I can get a thinner line. And because this look is so, I think it's a lot lighter and more pearly, the heavy black is heavy. And with the mascara, I think it's really pretty with when your eyelashes look really long and full, and having thick eyeliner kind of takes away from the length of your lashes. So I'm just going to come in and, go from in to out. And I'm just going to small lines. Gives you better control. And now we meet it up. And I kind of do a teeny tiny little wing. And it looks like that. So I'll just do the next eye really fast. This eye is always so hard. Looks like it's a little flat. So be really careful when you're trying to fix your eyeliner, because when you add too much on one side, you have to add more on the other side, and eventually you just have black eyes. Okay, so this, I use 2 mascaras. So the first one is going to be Maybelline's Illegal Length, and I really like this. It has fiber extension. Not really sure if that's the case or not. That's just what it says. Waterproof. And then the other one I have is called Lashaholic. It's really small. I got this at Walmart. Came with a pretty palette, and the mascara with the palette together was only $8. So pick that up. This palette is really pretty. Comes with brushes. It's a lot of browns and natural colors. And it's really shimmery, which I like more of a matte look. So I have used it a couple times. Okay. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to come in with the Illegal Length. And I'm just going to make funny faces. I always put mascara on my bottom lashes. I just think it completes the look, and it kind of gives me that eyeliner effect without being heavy, solid line. Now the other eye. My nose is really itchy. Okay, so now I'm going to use, it's actually Hard Candy. The brand is Hard Candy, and it's called Lashaholic. The brush kind of looks like this. It's curved. And I'm going to take the part inside and I'm going to put it in my eye and twist. I twist. And then I'm going to flip it. And I kind of, with this one, I will press and hold it so that I get that lift. I'm almost out because it's such a small tube. Look at the tube compared. Looks like I'm gonna have to go on Amazon or eBay. Okay. Super itchy nose. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna do is I got this little book thing, and it's full of makeup. I got this from my mom for Christmas. I'm not really sure where she got it or how much it was. I'm going to take my brush. This is from Eco Tools, and it came with a couple other brushes along with a holder, and it was like $10 at Walgreens. And I'm just going to take it in this little brown color here, maybe. And I'm going to faux contour. And buff it out. Whether or not this actually works, I just like to pretend I know what I'm doing. Oh. That happened. Buff it out really good. bring a little bit into my and then I will take this blush just a little bit because I already have red skin that I covered up. Alright. So if you want, you can apply fake lashes. I don't. Look at those suckers. I love my eyelashes. Now my eyebrows, I'm growing them out, so I'm not doing anything with them. I did find these at Ulta, and it was a double pack and it was on clearance. I think this was only like $5. So if you go and you look and you're patient and you can wait, you can go to places like Ulta and you can find really good deals on makeup and products. They have a huge clearance section near the front. And I like these ones because they're very natural. They look very natural to me. Alright, so anyways, here is the final look. It was a little heavy. See, with this, what I would do is I would just, if I can find it, and I would kind of buff it out. Try and blend it as much as possible. And that was just my mistake from a little too much product. So it doesn't work completely, but works for now. Okay, so this is Alright, so if you have any questions or comments, just feel free to ask. If you'd like me to do anything else, I can do something with one of the other palettes that I showed you, one of the many palettes that I showed you. Yeah, and just let me know. Thanks, guys.